Shotgun with Charlie.
Riding shotgun refers to the practice of sitting next to the driver in a moving vehicle. The term riding shotgun came around after the time of the stagecoach, when somebody used to sit next to the driver holding a shotgun, in case they ran into bandits. My name is Charlie Cook, and I drive a lot. I like to talk to people while I'm driving, so I interview people in my car while I'm driving. Welcome to Riding Shotgun with Charlie. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this episode of Riding Shotgun with Charlie. Before we get to today's passenger, I want to make sure, first of all, I want to make sure that you guys are all subscribing to the YouTube channel, because I know a lot of people watch the channel and less people subscribe to the channel. So please make sure you subscribe to the Riding Shotgun with Charlie YouTube channel. You can find it on YouTube, a Gunstreamer, and on the Ops Lens. You can listen to it in podcast form. You can also help support the show by buying some Riding Shotgun with Charlie patches or some Riding Shotgun with Charlie and Gungram stickers. You find these at writingshotgunwithcharlie.com. You can actually get some Riding Shotgun with Charlie shirts, hoodies, and mugs at the Teespring store, which is teespring.com/stores/Riding Shotgun with Charlie, and we'll have some links for that. If you'd like to help support the show and help get the stagecoach across America, that would be awesome. All right, today's episode, we have Tanisha Moner.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta make sure I get that right, because
right.
I've said Brown. And Newton is your maiden name.
Brown.
Newton is your maiden name, and some people call you Letitia? Letitia.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I think it's Letitia.
Letitia,
yeah,
but
Letitia.
It's Tanisha.
It's Tanisha. There's no L.
There's no L.
There's no L.
As long as it's not Aaron, we'll be fine.
Right.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to have it.
Yes.
This is what I love. We're in Ocala, Florida. I think we're in Ocala, Florida.
We're somewhere around.
We're somewhere in Florida,
yeah.
And we just came off this really cool event from that Florida Carry was hosting, and that's where we got to meet. And gun folks are the greatest folks, because we can meet each other, we can have a connection automatically, and then you can talk people into getting in the car with you and going for a ride.
Yeah, I'm a terrible passenger too.
Hey, you're sitting. That's all you got to do. It's pretty simple. Like, it's not that difficult.
I'm a terrible passenger.
As long as you're not a passenger seat driver, we'll be fine.
No.
However, if this person would speed up, that would be great.
Yeah, I'll get it.
My God.
I would have passed them a long time ago.
Well, we just got on the road.
I know.
Speaking of a long time ago, they've been here for a long time. That person is old.
You're not nice. I like old people.
Okay, I do too.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't really like anybody.
I am an equal opportunity hater, so it's all
absolutely.
good.
Absolutely. I always tell people I saw this on a t-shirt one time. It said, I like you, I'll kill you last.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is good.
See, nice.
There you go. All right, let's talk about you and stuff that you do in the gun community. Because at some point you weren't a gun owner, and then you became a gun owner, and then you became super active in Rick Ector's event.
Yeah, all of that is true.
Let's dish.
That is totally true.
So, how did you become a gun gal?
Well, I was born with guns. Not literally. My dad
Must be very uncomfortable for your mother.
My dad always had guns.
Oh, okay.
My dad felt like, there should never be a room in his home that didn't have a gun. He had a family to protect him.
Absolutely.
That's the way it was. So his guns weren't hidden. They were put away, but they weren't hidden. We knew exactly where they were. We were taught they're not toys. So I'm the 7-year-old girl who's cleaning guns with her daddy and putting them back together.
That's cool.
Right? And 7-year-old girls grow up. So
eventually.
Yeah. So then I was a 17-year-old girl and still mostly innocent,
mostly innocent?
Mostly innocent, right?
Mostly.
And so I was in Detroit visiting, and I was kidnapped and robbed.
What?
Yeah, man. I was kidnapped and robbed. 2 guys shoved guns in my face.
Holy crap.
I never laid eyes on them before, right? So these two guys shoved a gun in my face and they robbed me and they took me to a deserted place. And some people say sexually assaulted, right?
Okay.
No, they raped me, right? It's all,
wow.
Yeah. It's all good though, because I'm still here and they went to prison.
Good.
They were serial rapists. They raped 6 other girls, blah, blah, blah. Moving forward. So they went to prison and I'm alive. Yeah. That's the best part.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I became afraid of guns after that.
All right. So that to me makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's a little different when they're in your face. It's a little different. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, so from about 17...
You weren't afraid of men, you were afraid of guns.
Nah, I still love men. I was from a family of wonderful men. So I knew men were great and those guys weren't men. I didn't place the blame on men. It was those guys.
Gotcha.
But guns were scary.
I can see that.
Yeah, guns were scary.
I can see that. That's a logical conclusion.
Yeah. So eventually...
No, keep going.
No.
I'm driving, you passenger.
Okay, so eventually, at some point, I had this whole conversation with myself. And I said, guns are inanimate objects. They don't do anything unless you make them do something.
Right.
Why are you afraid of a gun? I said, I need to get over it. So in order to get over it, I decided I would go and take a Michigan CPL class. By the way, I'm from Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided I'd take a CPL class, and I saw this guy. He used to be on TV all the time.
All the time.
All the time. He's like the world's greatest gun rock star, right? I think.
He is.
I'm a little partial. a little
partial.
But yeah. So he would be on the news all the time, like debating different people because he's like our area or our region's biggest gun rights advocate.
Absolutely.
And so every time there's some 2A conversation going on, Detroit's local media, I live in Metro Detroit, our local media would call him to argue ours. Well, now our side, I'm on this side now, right?
Right.
But they would call him to argue that side. And so this guy, he would always let us know that he taught Michigan CPL classes and so on and so forth. And I'm like, I'm going to call him. So I gave him a call. And I said, I want to take your CPL class. And he goes, okay. I said, but wait, let me tell you a secret. I'm scared. And he says, well, I'm not a drill sergeant. I won't bark orders at you.
Yeah.
I promise if you just trust me, I'll get you through that. And Rick Ector, I don't think I've even said his name yet, but Rick Ector was absolutely a man of his word, and he did that. He got me through it.
Cool.
I loved it. And I had a lot of time and a little bit of money, so I started hanging out at the range with Rick.
Nice.
Frequently. I mean, like 3 times a week.
Man.
Let's go shoot. Can you meet me at the range? He's like, yeah, my rate's $50 an hour, but I'm like, okay, I'll pay it, no problem.
Right? I can do that.
And so we spent a lot of time hanging out at the range, and then he, after that, I eventually became a concealed carrier.
Cool.
And which was another whole ordeal in and of itself.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I carried a unloaded gun for like 3 weeks.
All right, so let's talk about this. So my deal is this: I don't think there's any shame in that when you're new. If you're new to the concept, if you're new to carrying a gun, I'm okay with that. I really am, because my attitude is this: we're all on the same path to wanting to carry, to be able to protect ourselves. Like, we have guns for whatever reason, and it's whatever you have guns for is none of my business, and whatever I have guns for is none of your business.
None of my business.
You got it. It is a bunch of nunya. We're all on the same path, and some people are further down the road than others. So if you're a new gun owner and you carry an unloaded gun, that's fine. I did it when I started.
I did, because I tell everybody, when you start carrying a gun, it changes everything.
Yes.
It changes the way you interact with people.
How you hug people, so no one frisks past you.
Sure.
Absolutely.
You're overly conscious. Am I printing? Who knows?
People, my deal is this: people, when you start to carry people are all wrapped up in their own pathetic lives, and myself included. I'm wrapped up in my pathetic life, and I don't pay attention to other people until I started carrying guns and knives.
Now I pay attention and everything. I can tell you who's carrying on. No. For sure.
But you're right, you can't. I mean, there's tells. When I first started carrying, I would pull down my shirt to make sure my gun was covered all the time. And of course now I'm like, well, if the guy's tugging on one side of his shirt, obviously
that's a tell.
It's a tell.
He's hiding something.
He's hiding something.
It's not his cell phone.
Yes. So to me, okay, I carried an unloaded gun to get used to the whole concept and to get used to the whole idea. And we do like to eat our own, and we like to shame people because we will say for forever, an unloaded gun is just a paperweight. It's completely useless. It's a bludgeoning tool. It is all of those things. But if somebody went from not carrying a gun, not paying attention to the surroundings, to they're not going to go to carrying full auto with 3 knives and 2 guns and being John Wick. We have to do all this stuff in baby steps.
I've never seen a baby born that ran a marathon. Ever.
Yes.
I've never seen it.
And the other thing is, if we relate it to cars, when you're 16, 17, 18 years old, you get your driver's license, you're not driving the Indy 500.
Nope.
Don't be ridiculous. You don't go from, I've never had a gun before, to an operator the next day.
Absolutely.
Other than that, and I'm with you that you shouldn't carry an unloaded gun. But if you're new to it, okay, cool, rock on.
I wanted to get used to all of those things that came along with it.
Okay, right.
And so I met Rick at the range one day, right? And so I pulled my gun out so that we can shoot. And Rick noticed that my magazine had no ammo in it. He goes, Tanisha, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm just getting used to it. He says, what are you going to do, hit him with it? That thing, right?
Right, it's a bludgeoning tool.
So eventually I have 5 rounds in my magazine, right? Still not 15 in my Glock 19, right?
15, obviously 15, she's not from Massachusetts.
No, I'm from Michigan. We can have like a 250 round drum if we wanted.
I have a magazine.
Who would ever want to do that? But
I don't know. That's a lot of ammo.
Yeah, it's gonna be heavy.
It's heavy and expensive. Who's gonna
just to go to the gas station? No, I don't think so. Just a little extra. That's what I said. It's a little extra.
Yeah. Right. That's what the kids say these days.
But so that's kind of how that went. So eventually I loaded up a full mag, and I've been doing it now for quite some time, close to a decade, but it came in stages,
Absolutely.
It really did.
Not a problem.
I encourage students in CPL classes because, so eventually I'm a carrier, then I became a range safety officer, and then I don't know which one came next, but then eventually Rick pushed and poked and prodded me into all of these things. I had no desire to go into training. Like, that was never on my radar. I just wanted to not be scared of guns anymore.
Right.
But so Rick goes, Tanisha, with your story, who better?
Oh my God, absolutely.
And I'm like, man, I'm just Tanisha. That's it. I'm just Tanisha, and I'm good with that. And so at his insistence, I took a bunch of NRA courses.
Cool.
Yeah. And so eventually I became an instructor.
Awesome.
Because Rick told me I had to.
Because
here's the deal for anybody who doesn't know Rick Ector. Rick says something and everybody just says, okay, Rick. If you say anything different than that, that's where the problem starts. You learn really quick. You just say, okay, Rick, that makes for a happy life.
It does. Oh man.
So Rick was doing this event, and this came during my journey with guns, right? So Rick was putting on this event every year.
So let's talk about the event real quick. So what the event is Rick decided that he wanted to train women for free in the Detroit area, and so he got I think he started off with 50 women, and
he didn't set that number.
He did.
No. What happened was he went to social media and said, look, the real story is Rick saw a story in the news of a woman who was murdered in Detroit, and her body was like dumped in a field or a trash can or some horrible thing, right? And Rick said, this woman, if she had a gun, maybe she'd had a different reality. Somebody should do something. And so he sat back and he thought about it for a few days, and he's like, nobody's doing anything. I'll do something. Maybe if that woman had a gun, her reality would be different. I'm gonna train women. so that hopefully we can put an end to these kinds of stories, right?
Right.
And so he went on social media and he just posted, women, ladies, I am giving free shooting lessons at blank gun range on so-and-so day. He had no idea how many women would show up, right? He had called a few instructor buddies of his, and they all met at the gun range, and the women came, but only 50.
Only 50.
Only 50.
Only 50.
Only 50. You guys will understand why I'm saying only in a minute. But only 50. And so Rick, being this guy who has a super big ego, who probably wanted 1 million women to show up, right?
Sure.
He's got 5,000 Facebook friends, but he wanted 1 million women to see that post and show up.
Right.
Anyway, so 50 showed up, and he was a little disappointed at the low number
of 50.
Of 50. Right.
Oh my gosh.
So the very next year, he set himself a goal of 100. He says, "I'll double that 50." Right?
Sure. He's got a year to prep.
So on year 2, 100 women came and received this free shooting lesson.
Cool.
So on year 3, which is the year I joined the event, the goal.
This is when the magic happened.
This is when the magic happened. I'm telling you, this is when the whole event started cooking with fire because I got there. No, I'm totally joking. But no, he's an amazing guy. Like, who thinks that way? You know? So when I got there on year 2, the goal was 200 women, and I got there.
Year 3 was 200 women. Didn't you say you got there in year 3 and the goal was 200
I'm sorry.
women? Okay.
I got there in year 3 and the goal was 200 women. And so those 200 women came, but when I arrived to help out with the event, I noticed this is a women's event. And everybody working this event, they're all dudes.
Right.
Except me. I wasn't even an instructor yet. I was a range safety officer, and so I came to help out with the event because there's something for everybody to do. I don't care if you've got no certs and you can just like sweep brass.
Right.
I will find something for you.
Sure, we need bodies.
So anyway, so I came and I noticed like a few things that could make the
maybe
event
tweaked a little
flow more efficiently.
Right.
You know? And so I started doing that. And then year 4 came and the goal was 300 women.
Okay.
And then I think we did 5. I'm kind of forgetting some numbers here. I know we skipped a couple, but we've done it every year, but I meant skipped a couple of hundreds.
Yeah.
We went from like 400 to 600 or something, and then 700. In 2019, the goal was
900?
No, the goal was
1,000?
I think it was 700, and we did 814.
Okay.
And then last year, we made it a 2-day event because this event, it grows every year.
Yeah.
Every year it grows. So last year the goal was 1,500 women over the course of a weekend, and we successfully trained 1,938 women
Love it.
on how to safely operate a 9mm firearm. Well, some people may have done 22s, you know, like, because we take them from 12 to 112. We don't care, you know.
Yeah, you said there was an 88-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So so you had a woman come one time.
Yeah.
And then the next year she brought her daughter.
Nope. The first year she brought her 12-year-old daughter. A woman came. She may have been about 40, and she brought her 12-year-old daughter. The next year she came. She brought her then 13-year-old daughter and her 60-something-year-old mother. The year after that she came. She had her then 14-year-old daughter, her newly 12-year-old daughter, her 60-something-year-old mother, her 88-year-old grandmother. You know, it was like amazing.
Of women.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They'll be back this year, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they better. I'll stalk them. The 88-year-old grandmother, beautiful little blue-eyed lady, all white hair, right?
Yeah.
She told me she'll adopt me. I can be her grandbaby. I say that works for me. You know, like, yeah, you'll shoot. I'm good with it.
Right.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That is cool.
So this year, now we're moving forward. Yes.
Yeah.
It will be the 10th year. So Rick wanted to do something super huge, right?
Yeah.
Because he's a little crazy.
A little loco.
He's a little
cuckoo.
You know, I should get him evaluated.
Should you do it before the event this year?
I did not
editing out,
mean
and
that
I'm sending
literally.
this to Rick.
I did not mean that literally, but yeah, Rick wanted to do something outrageous this year. He says, you know what, 10 years, and yeah, I know we're in the middle of an ammo crisis. It's impossible to get, but you know what? I'm going to do 4,000 women in the course of a weekend.
4,000 women.
And I need 80,000 rounds to get it done. And everybody goes, okay.
Okay.
Rick.
Sure, Rick. Sure.
Okay. And so, of course, you know, that means little old worker be Tanisha. But no, really, that means we'll be really busy. It's the most amazing event.
Mm-hmm.
We work on it for a long time.
Yeah,
we'll
these big events. These big events take a long time to plan, and you know, you said you had a career in organization.
Yeah, I was.
And so you organized everything, and people have what? The instructors have what, 5 to 7 minutes to work with each student?
Well, that's the average. We try to stick with about 7 minutes per student, per woman who comes through there. They first come in, they get a beautiful range safety briefing, and they get to know, you know, so they get all of that in the classroom. Then individually, one-on-one, they go into the range and work on a lane with an instructor. Not necessarily named Tanisha or Rick, you know, because it takes a lot of instructors to get this event done.
This past year, people came from California, they came from Georgia, they came from Florida, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Washington State.
A guy, his name was Akil Bay, B-E-Y, A-Q-U-I-L, military guy, Army, great guy. I mean, he was an excellent trainer too.
That's cool.
All the girls liked him. He's kind of handsome, but
kind of handsome.
Yeah, but anyway, whatever. Okay. I'm married, so I couldn't look that tough. But
you can appreciate it.
I can appreciate it. So yeah, so he came in, and so he was from he came from over there.
From occupied territory is what I call it.
But he came and helped us out. All of these people, and you gotta look. These people are doing this on a voluntary basis. They're doing this on their own dime. They'll buy plane tickets to come help out. They're paying for their own hotels. They're paying for their own food. Look, Rick has no money. I've got no money. Yeah, so it's an amazing thing.
That's cool.
People who come always come back. The women, they'll come out of the range. The ladies who attend this event, they'll come out of the range, and they're so grateful and appreciative.
How many go from taking the class to taking the next step to get their
a lot.
Yeah.
Some women will even buy their first gun that day. The ranges who donate the use of their facilities to us, right? They shut down and close down. He is really crazy.
Right. A tractor trailer pulling a U-turn.
Yeah.
Only in Florida.
Yeah. All right.
God bless him.
I've seen a lot of crazy stuff down here.
There's a reason why they call it, the Florida man.
Yeah, it's creepy down here. Yeah, it's a little creepy. I like it.
I don't know if you saw this, but about 10 minutes ago, we rode by some roadkill, and I swear to God, it was an alligator.
Can we go back? I want to see. I haven't seen an alligator.
I don't know if it was an alligator. I was in Tennessee last summer filming some shows, and the roadkill was an armadillo. And I'm like, do armadillos make it up to Tennessee?
I ran over an armadillo in Texas.
Texas, I get. Yeah. Tennessee? There's armadillo in Tennessee? I couldn't believe it.
We may have them in Michigan. I'm joking. I have no clue. I have no clue.
You can't have them in Michigan.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think they like hot.
I think so. Michigan doesn't get hot.
Not so much.
Enough. Frequently enough. But no, so the ladies, they come to the event, right? And they're always so grateful.
Yeah.
They really are. And they're like, thank you guys so much, and blah, 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 and all that other great stuff. But I always tell them, we get more out of this event than you.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, we get more from giving than they get, you know? It's a wonderful thing. So we'll do the event, and we'll all celebrate for about 2 weeks, and then we get to work on next year.
Next year's.
Yeah.
That is cool. That is cool. When is it going to be this year?
This year, the event will be held in Taylor, Michigan, on August 21st and 22nd.
All right.
And it will run simultaneously both days.
Okay.
So we'll have essentially 4 range days over that weekend. Makes sense?
Yeah.
2 over here,
2
2
range
over
days.
there. Yes. So that's when it's happening. We don't turn down help. If anybody wants to come and help or attend, you are so more than welcome.
How do people find Rick? Or do they find Rick or do they find you? Do you have...
Well,
does Rick set you up with an email?
Dude, it's 2021. I can do my own email.
No, but I mean, does he set one up like specifically for you to have people get in touch?
So here's what we do.
I'm not trying to say you can't send an email.
No, I'm joking. I'm so joking. But if anyone needed to speak or contact Rick, right? You can find Rick across all social media platforms at Rick Ector. Rick Ector, Ector. Yeah, that's the best way. He's so easily and readily accessible.
All right.
And so you can definitely reach him. I handle all of the organizing and coordinating for people. So if you want to come and attend, or you got questions about where can you lodge, or where's the good places to eat, or like all of those kind of things.
So where do we find Popeye's chicken, or
I can tell you where the safe Popeye's chickens are. I'll tell you which way. Don't go that way.
Don't go that way.
I got you. I'll be your absolute tour guide. We'll have 150 people come in town to help out, and I'm everybody's tour guide.
Oh my God.
But yeah, you can find me on Facebook. Facebook won't let me change my maiden name from it's there, and I'm stuck with it. But you can find me on Facebook at Tanisha, Newton. Let me spell Tanisha, Tanisha. There's no L.
There's no L. There is no L.
And the last name is Newton on Facebook, like Sir Isaac or Fig. It's
Sir Isaac or Fig?
Yep, that works. There's like God. Sir Isaac or Fig. Well, it's Moner in real life, but
Sir Isaac or Fig is how they'll find you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
That works.
Cool. All right, well, look, we are almost where we need to be. We got all the plugs for that. So Rick has been busting my cookies about making sure I make it down. And,
no, I'm going to bust your cookies. I got your number now.
I know. I was just thinking that. I was just thinking.
You're in trouble.
Man.
You're in trouble.
I'm in. I want to do this. I couldn't do it last year. I got to find a way to make it happen this year. And I'm going to Detroit to hang out with Rick.
You're not going to Detroit. You're going to Taylor.
I'm going to Taylor. Okay. Yeah, but Taylor sounds less exciting.
I know. Taylor's cool though.
All right.
I like Taylor.
It's where the chicks are going to be. It's where the guns are going to be.
Yeah.
It's 4,000
chicks.
4,000 chicks.
Yeah.
I'm a happily single man. Maybe I'll find some woman.
If you can't find her in 4,000, you're hopeless and lost case.
I know I'm hopeless, and I know I'm a lost cause.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
This has been a pleasure.
Same here. Thank you.
Make sure you check out Rick Ector. I'm going to put a link to his stuff. Do you want to plug your shooting instruction?
No, it's perfectly fine. You can find me on Facebook. I'll help you from there.
There we go.
Yeah.
Please check out, please like and subscribe to the Riding Shotgun with Charlie YouTube channel. You can watch the show on YouTube. You can watch it on Gunstreamer. You can check it out on the Ops Lens app as well. You can listen to the show in podcast form for all the folks who listen to the show. You can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, and on iHeartRadio. And if you want to help get the Stagecoach across America, we got the Riding Shotgun with Charlie patches, the Riding Shotgun with Charlie stickers, the Gungram stickers. We've got shirts, mugs, and hoodies on the Teespring store. So teespring.com/Riding Shotgun stores/Riding Shotgun with Charlie. We'll put links for all that stuff below. Please check out the Self-Defense Radio Network, SDRN.US, and also support the Second Amendment Foundation. SAF.org is where you can connect with them. And these are for ya.
Oh my gosh, I feel so special. Thank you so much.
I know, right?
You are so generous.
I know. Don't tell anyone. I got a reputation to keep.
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
Tell them I paid $20 for this one. This one was $10. $7.50.
$7.50. Really?
20? You know I told you about that part. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here comes the car. This lady looks at us weird. I love it when people do that. Hey, girl.
Hey.
All right, we will see you next time.